Hello, Amy. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear and see me?
Yes,
Okay, so how are you, Amy?
I'm good.
Okay, great. So by the way, Amy, is your summer vacation already starting?
Yes,
Oh, okay. So how long is your summer vacation again?
we what?
How long is your summer vacation?
2 months. 3 months.
3 months. Okay, how about you, Tung Anh? How long is your summer vacation? Tung Anh, are you still there? Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Okay there. Okay, so how about you, Tungan? How long is your summer vacation?
This is a question.
Yeah. How many? Because Amy said like her summer vacation is good for 3 months. How about you?
Uh, n- my holiday summer is my summer is um 1 week.
Your summer holiday is only for 1 week.
Yes,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
because I might study too much.
You will have to you study a lot, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, yeah. Thanks for sharing then. So this time, yeah, let's start with our lesson for today. Okay, well, by the way, guys, we are going to start with our homework first. Okay, so again, for our homework, let me just send it in the chat again. So this will be our topic card or our cue card for this morning. So for today, let's start with you, Amy. Okay, so let's hear your answers first, Amy. You may start. Your timer starts now, Amy. Hello, Amy. Are you still there? Amy. Hello, Amy. Oh, Amy's
Me
gone.
left.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's just have you then first, Tangan. So we will just start right away with our lesson or with our activity. Okay, so anyway, timer starts now. You got 1 to 2 minutes, by the way. Okay, you may start.
Uh, I would like to talk about my mother. She is a kind and caring person who often have the people around her. She have She have other almost every day, especially the people in our family. She always take care of everyone and is willing to help whenever someone has a problem. She also give advice to my relative and supports them when they need help. Uh, I think she helps others because she enjoys caring for people and wants everyone around her to be happy. She believes that even small acts of kindness can make a difference. I really admire my mother because she is always kind and thoughtful. She has taught me to care about others and help people whenever I can.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, thank you. So this time let's yeah, by the way, you got like 20 seconds left for your for your timer Tangan. So yeah, just for the timing notes. Okay, so this time Amy, are you back?
Sorry, my internet connection is unstable.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. No worries. Okay, in your case, Amy, it's your turn. So, by the way, Tungan has already given her answer for part two. So, again, for your part two homework, Amy, you got 1 to 2 minutes to talk about it, and your timer starts now.
Okay, it started.
Yes, go.
I want to talk about close friends from secondary school. She's really smart, especially at math. But what I like most about her is how friendly and open she with everyone. To be honest, she have people almost every single days whenever someone in class find difficult in math or hard lessons and need help with homework, she always ready to offer help. Because she's super good at math, she has a very logical ways of thinking. So instead of just giving the answers, she explains things step by step until people actually get it. I still remember in break times, it was very common to see her and few classmates gathering her desk to discuss and ask with her about math problem. She's never annoying, even if she has to explain the same thing twice. I think she does this our poor kindness, and she just loves seeing her peer success. Overall, I really respect her having a friend who both smart and helpful like her is great. And she definitely makes me want to be more supportive person.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, thank you. So, in your case, Amy, you got um 23 seconds left before the whole 2 minutes is over. Okay, but anyway, let's talk about your responses, guys. Okay, so please wait. Okay, so let me share my screen this time. Okay, there. And for part two, um here is our this will be our topic. So part two. Okay, there. So let's talk about your responses then, girls. So far your responses were both answering most of the given questions. Okay, which is good. Okay. So next part here is let's talk about individual discussion then for this one. So for our individual discussion, let's start with you, Tungan. So let me write down yeah, my feedback about you. So let's talk about the things that, yeah, you were able to describe, Tungan. So far, Tungan, you answered the questions, you answered all the questions well. So answered all the questions. And also another thing here is you managed to yeah, kept your answers related to the topic. Okay. So that means you were not off topic, Tungan. So just on the things to improve, Tungan. Okay, so let me just note this one down here. So for the things to improve, let's have the following. So first, use some cohesive devices. Okay, so what are cohesive devices? So later in the chat, in our group chat on Facebook, I will give you a list, guys, about the list of cohesive devices. Okay, so but an example for that one is you can say like in addition, or for example like you can say like in addition, for example, moreover, those are cohesive devices. Okay, so this will help you guys to develop the cohesion of your ideas. Okay, cohesion of your ideas. And then next one that I would highlight is about you need to add more details to your idea, to your response. Tungan. Because what I noticed here, Tungan, is that for your response, you were able to answer the questions, Tungan, but the details are limited. Meaning, like, I couldn't get more information or I couldn't get more details from your answers. So I think it would be better if you could add more details or if you could explain more. Okay, so explain more about your thoughts or about your ideas. Okay, or you could maybe like because we're talking about a person, so you could describe more about this person or about your mom. Okay, so try to talk more about it, Tungan, because again, like the information that you mentioned, you're just answering the questions. Okay, so as I have told you guys last Tuesday, part two is more like a storytelling kind of thing. So in that case, it would be better if you guys could explain more, or you could try to talk more about the information. Okay, so that's one thing. And then another thing here would be um the pauses, Tungan. So try to avoid excessive pauses. So I will note down here excessive pauses. Because in your actually guys, this is both for you and Amy, okay? So this is for both of you ladies. Um Pauses in IELTS speaking is actually normal. Meaning like if you pause from time to time, it's fine. because nobody can like there might be some people who could speak like fluently, which is good, but there are also like some people who cannot speak like fluently all in one go. So in that case, being able to speak in like having pauses is just pretty normal. Okay, however, the problem here, guys, is that if, for example, you paused a lot. Okay, so again, if you paused a lot, there is a possibility that your fluency is also affected. Okay, so again, it's really important that when you try to give your responses, for example, make sure that you are going to let's say like, yes, there might be pauses, but try to minimize them. Okay, so that's one thing here that you have to develop, or you have to remember. So anyway, let's move on this time then with you, Amy. Okay, so let me write it down here. Amy. Okay, so in your case, Amy, let's talk about your answers. Okay, so for your answers, Amy, I would say that your ideas were good. Okay, so here one of my notes here is that you got detailed responses. Okay, so that means like you were able to add info, or you have added relevant information, and the details that you have added, Amy, were all good. Okay, so here let's move on to the things to improve this time, Amy. So for the things to improve, I want you to highlight, Amy, more about your language one accent. This is very important, by the way. So L1 accent is common. So what do we mean by L1 accent? It means like your first language's accent, or the Vietnamese accent. So take note, girls, we don't really need to be very fluent or to sound like native speakers. Okay, Vietnamese accent is just totally fine as well. But I think if you could try to practice more, because I think for in your case, Amy, your answers are a little more organized for this part. So maybe you can try to practice and work on developing your accent, Amy. So that would help a lot. And then also another thing, Amy, similar to Tongan actually. So please use cohesive devices. Okay, because similar to Tungan, well, in your case, Amy, yes, you were able to give detailed responses and you added some relevant information, but the problem here, Amy, is that there is also less cohesion of your ideas. You mentioned a lot of things. There were a lot of details for your answers, but I couldn't link them all together in a smoother flow because of you lack the cohesive devices. Okay, so in general here, ladies, one of the biggest issue that we got from this practice or for this homework is that you guys need to work on developing your cohesive devices. Okay, because again, for your responses, you were able to answer the questions, which is good. In your case, Tongan, try to develop more on the details and the ideas. In your case, Amy, try to highlight more about the use of cohesive devices. Same thing goes with you, Tongan. Please don't forget to add the cohesive devices. So again, later by the end of the class, I will be sharing with you guys some cohesive devices for our lesson. So anyway, questions for part two discussion?
No.
No questions. That's for Amy. How about you, Tangan? Do you have any questions, Tangan?
No.
No. Okay. So if both of you girls do not have any questions, then so let's move on to our part three discussion then. Okay, so first is we'll start with part three discussion. Okay, so that you guys could have like a better understanding, and also like you guys could have like um could better organize your answers later on once we have the practice. So just a quick reminder, by the way, your responses for part three are talking or will be mainly about still related to part two topic. Okay, so that means part three, this is just like the extended version of it. Okay, or we actually call it like a two-way discussion. Okay, so from the word discussion, this means that we need to get, or I need to hear longer responses for you guys this time. Okay, and by the way, let's try to ask a few questions. So, Tungan, what do you know about IELTS Part 3?
In part three,
Mm-mm.
we can talk about anything that
We can think of, could you
like
say the one then? Hmm.
anything uh,
Anything about what?
will do.
Hmm?
Studied science
Ah, okay. You were talking about the topic.
uh, on social.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, possible. Okay, or here we can actually say, yeah, to describe on this one, it's actually talking, or we can actually, or those are possible topics, of course. Okay, that's correct, Tungan. But in this case, again, as I have mentioned earlier, the topics that we will be discussing here will be about related to part two topic. So, earlier, if we are talking about like people who likes helping others, for example, then in this case, that's definitely talking about helping people for part three. That would be your activity for later then. Okay. But here, let's just talk about like the discussion or for the information that you're gonna share. So in this part, you need to have, let's say, like longer responses, or you have to discuss. Okay, so have to discuss your answers for each question. Okay, so that's for this part right here. And then also for the structure, okay, so I will not right here organize your answers. Okay, this way. So you start first with um of course paraphrasing the question. So last time we already discussed what paraphrasing the question means. Okay, so that's also the first thing that you have to do for yeah, for this activity here. And then also another thing that you have to remember is that when you give your answers, by the way, Okay, it's also very important that you give two reasons. Okay, so I would suggest like give two main ideas, and then of course, aside from giving the two main ideas, so you need to support and develop each idea. So how do we support and develop each idea? So give give reasons and example. So give reasons and examples for each. Okay. So this will make your responses for part three like longer. Okay. So again, for the two-way discussion, this needs or your question here needs longer responses this time. Okay, so this is not enough already when we just give like short answers similar to part one. We need to have longer answers for this part here. Okay, so for this part, let's try to have a quick practice for this one. Or I think we can just proceed then with our part three discussion or part three discussion, and then later I'll just give a sample answer during our feedback time. So by the way, any questions, girls, about the sample that we got here or the discussion for part three?
I see.
No questions, or do you guys have any questions?
Yes.
Okay, so if you guys don't have any questions, I think let's proceed with part three then. So for part three, I same with what we did last. No, no, no. Last time, same with the last topic that we had last time. So I will be taking. I will be asking you one by one. Okay, so that means you both get different questions. Okay, so just listen carefully for each because we will have the same topic actually. So anyway, again, let's have the part three questions. So our topic will be about helping others. So we'll start with the first question, which is, do you think schools should teach children to do household chores? Let's start with you, Tung Anh.
Sorry. Um, to my way of thinking, um, teaching children is sorry.
Do you want me to ask you the question again, Tung Anh? Do you want me to repeat the question?
Uh, you can
Okay, so again, Tung Anh, our question
you
is,
can you can
um,
ask to repeat.
okay, okay, no problem. Okay, so Tungan, our question again is, do you think schools should teach children to do household chores?
Sorry, I can. I have a call.
Oh, you're gonna take the call. Okay, so anyway, let's just start with you then, Amy. Hello, Amy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Let's use the same question, Amy. So let's start with you. Do you think schools should teach children to do household chores?
Yes. I definitely think. Teaching students to do household chores is essential uh, because it helps them with basic life skill for the future, um, and they become much more independent and responsible. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Make them appreciate how much effort their parents put into keeping the home running smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, thank you. Um, let's just continue. Okay, I'll just ask you the first three questions, Amy, and then later I will ask Tungan because maybe Tungan is still taking the call. So let's continue, Amy. Let's have the second question. Why are employees reluctant to ask their managers for help?
Too quickly, can you repeat again?
Okay, so again, why are sorry, yeah, why are like employees reluctant to ask for help from their managers? Amy,
That's hard questions for me.
it's a hard question for you.
Yes.
Um, okay then. Maybe okay, anyway, let's just move on then to the next part. Excuse me. So for the next part is what can children do to help their parents? Amy.
So the children can assist their parents, um, like simple ways. Um, they can tidy up their own rooms, mm, setting the dinner table, or feeding pets, secondaries by simply being self disciplined with their homework or daily routine. They they relieve a lot of stress for their parents after a long work day.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Okay, yes. Thank you. So this time, yeah, let's move on to the last question. Amy, is what kind of help do people need when looking for a new job?
If how people
Okay,
can
again, what kind of help do people need when they are looking for a new job? Amy?
I don't understand the
It's
new
o-
job. New
it's
job.
okay, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We'll just discuss the questions later on then. Okay, so wait, let me note this one so that we can go back here later. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about you then, Tungan.
Uh,
Yeah, are you ready, Tungan?
okay,
Yeah.
thanks for
Okay.
inviting me.
Yes, it's okay. So I will be asking you questions. The last three questions belongs for you, Tungan. Okay, because Amy is already done answering hers. So let's start with you, Tungan. Let's start with the first question. Why are employees reluctant to ask help from their managers?
Uh, you can repeat.
Okay, yes. Again, my question is, why are some employees reluctant to ask their managers for help?
Uh, to my way of thinking, maybe the maybe some employees uh got worry that asking for help will make them look uh less skilled. Others
Mm-hmm.
don't want to want to bother them minutes because they are usually busy, and besides that, uh, if the workplace environment is not supportive, employees may feel uncomfortable uh, to asking for help.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, thank you. Next question, Tungan, let's continue. What can children do to help their parents?
Uh, in my opinion, children can help their parents by doing household chores,
Mm-hmm.
such as cleaning their room, or washing the dishes, or uh, taking out the rubbish. They can also study hard and uh, behave well, so the parents have fewer things to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and last question. Who should people ask for help? Sorry. Who should people ask for help? Their colleagues or family members?
Uh, to my way of thinking,
Mhm.
it depends on the situation. If people have problem at work, they should ask their colleagues for
Uh-huh.
help because they have many experience. However, if they are facing person problem, uh, family members are usually a better choice because they know them well and can provide emotional support.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. So, okay, thank you, ladies. So let's talk about our responses then, or let's have our discussion this time. Okay. So, okay, let's try to discuss and explain them then. So, for part three, again, our topic here was about yeah, about helping people. Okay, so that's our main discussion for this morning. Please wait. Okay, there. So anyway, can you still see my screen, Tung Anh and Amy?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you. Okay, anyway, let me. Oh, okay, here. So let me type the questions down. So I also added here, by the way, the translation for you guys to review. So again, our topic is about helping others. And then let's have the questions then. So the first part, I divided it into two parts. So the first part was the questions that I asked with you, Amy. And then the second part were the questions that I asked you. Um, yeah, the questions that I asked you, Tungan. Okay. So as I said, I added here the Vietnamese translation for each question so that you guys could review and check. Okay. So anyway, yeah, let's talk about them then. So, for your responses, so far you girls or both of you were able to answer the questions or the main questions here, but let's just proceed with our general feedback then. Okay, so in your case here, let's start with you, Amy. So for your answers, Amy, you need at first, like especially the first question, Amy, you were able to give like very good answers. I like your answer at the in the first response because it's clear and it's easy to follow. However, for the other parts, Amy, you mentioned that you don't understand, or there are some parts that you didn't quite catch. So I think it's probably because of the question is long. Okay. However, Amy, in the actual exam, we cannot really say whether the questions are long or short because this is a two-way discussion. So it's very important, Amy, that yeah, the first thing that you can do, so let's proceed with the things to improve, is that you just have to listen carefully, Amy. Okay? So listen carefully for the questions. Carefully for the questions. And then also I put here you need to also like let's say like try to develop your ideas. So as I have said earlier, Amy, you got like a good start for your answers, but to develop them further, Amy, take note, as I have mentioned in our discussion earlier, you need to have like longer responses this time. This is a discussion type. So if your answers are short, then your scores may also be affected for that reason. Okay, so you have to develop your ideas. That means you need to So needs to add more details and information. Okay. And then also you guys could also add your personal experience or opinion about the topic. Okay, so again, in part three, this is the time that you guys could, aside from giving the general answers, of course, you guys could also add some extra information here. So that's for you, Amy. Now let's move on this time to you, Tungan. Okay, so for your responses, Tungan, actually, Tungan, I like your answers because you were able to explain them well, and also the examples that you gave, Tungan, they're actually good. Okay, so I like your answers overall. Just a few things that you have to remember, Tungan. Okay, so when answering, so let me note them down. Okay, so first things first, Tungan, is talking about the pauses still. Okay, so here avoid frequent pauses. Okay, because again, your pauses could definitely make or break your fluency. So please try to avoid them, Tungan. And then also similar with Amy, so you needs to explain your ideas further. Okay, so maybe you could explain more, Tungan, and add more information to your answers. Okay, and then next one here is also about like the L1 accent. L1 accent is observed. Okay, so again, L1 accent, this talks about the your first language's accent, okay, or the Vietnamese accent. But again, yeah, those are just like the general feedback that you girls could work on with. Okay, so anyway, since we don't have time, so next meeting I will start or we will review these questions and then I will give you some sample answers. Okay, but for now, let's have a wrap here for this morning since again it's already time. Do you girls have any questions?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your question, Amy?
Can I ask an example for to my answer?
As an example. Okay. So wait. Oh wait, you want me to you're asking me about an example of your answer or an example of a sample answer?
Example to my answer. Too long. Mm,
Example of your answer, you mean?
yes.
Okay, so in this case, Amy, like let's say for example,
Too long
for
response.
huh?
Too long response. I want
You
that.
mean like how to give long response? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. Can
Okay, okay. Okay, I'll give
can
you
answer
one.
me.
I'll give you one, girls. Okay, so here, okay, let's have one question. So this is a sample answer, by the way. Okay, so a sample answer. Wait, let's have the question. So the question is, for example, the question is, do you think schools should teach children with yeah to do household chores? Okay, so for example, this is our task, for example. So to make your responses long, so as I have said earlier in our discussion, you girls should start with paraphrasing the question first. So let's say your answer here is yes. So you should start with a paraphrasing of statement. So you could say, I do believe, I do believe that schools should teach and train students to do household chores. And then I'll just add a few details. Household chores at a young age. And then that's my paraphrasing of question. And then this time I will move on to my main answer. So I would start by saying to begin with, so again the use of cohesive devices. So to begin with, when children are trained to when children are trained to help doing the household chores, this can make them become responsible in many ways. So, for example, when they learned how to clean their rooms, they develop a sense of responsibility to keep it clean and tidy all the time. This becomes their habit. So we can say as a result, this becomes their habit. And then I will add another idea. So this is first idea only. Second idea, you could say in addition, um, teaching household chores at school can help them prepare for their future. Most of the children who became adults or who becomes adults are more likely are more likely to live independently, which meant that if they know some things around the house, it can make them live alone, um, live alone independently. So this one, this is like how you can, let's say like another way to respond to this question here. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, you guys could review again about these things, and then as I said, I'll be giving some more examples in our next class. That would be on Tuesday. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so that would be all for today then. I'll see you both on Tuesday next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Yes, bye-bye.